Hi there, James Savage from National Club Golfer, and today we're looking at the brand new Callaway Rogue irons. Now, really interesting what Callaway have done here with the Rogue range. It's similar in a way to what they've done with their Rogue drivers, where the fact that they've got 3 different head shapes. With the Rogue irons, there's actually 4 different types of irons, just to almost give that almost sort of like fitting and adjustability benefits, if you like, within a set of irons, not like, adjusting an individual iron, just having a different iron for a different type of player. So we've got the mass market product, if you like, which would just be the regular Rogue driver, which is a sort of a game improvement distance iron, will suit your sort of mid to high handicappers. We've got the Rogue Pro iron, which is just a little bit sleeker and more compact, might appeal more to your better players, but we've also got a Rogue W, which may appeal more to some of your senior players, which just looks sort of like really wide sole and really forgiving, nice and easy to launch. And we've also got a Rogue X, which is basically like the regular Rogue, but with absolutely ridiculous cranked lofts for people who just want maximum distance. So we've got like a 27 degree 7 iron in the Rogue X, for example. So between those 4 irons, Callaway think that there's going to be something, for everyone, and I think there probably will be, to be fair. Okay, let's just start with the regular Rogue iron. What are our first impressions of these? I think it's got loads of shelf appeal, this club, and it's as you'd expect from sort of like a distance game improvement iron. There's sort of like plenty of visible technology, and you can sort of see what Callaway are trying to do here. They've got some of their old technologies. We've got their sort of Cup 360 cup face technology, which is just really sort of about making sort of making an iron head that almost performs a little bit more like a wood head. So it's got sort of a really sort of flexible face. It's nice and large. It's sort of hollow, and it's going to get really fast ball speeds. The ball kind of bounding off that face. But one of the main differences that Callaway have added with their Rogue drivers, it's really to do with sort of sound and feel. We've seen this from other manufacturers over the last 12 months or so, because when you've got these distance irons, which are sort of a thin face and a hollow construction, they're going to send the ball flying absolutely miles, but there's going to be a lot of vibration, and they're going to sound and feel pretty horrible, to be honest with you. So the technology that Callaway have added into these Rogue irons, it's called urethane microspheres. That's what they've added in there behind the face, and that's just to dampen those vibrations, give that really nice premium sound and feel. So we've got that throughout the Rogue iron. So that's the the sort of interesting new technology that we've got in these clubs. So how does it work in practice? What's it like when it comes to performance? So I tested out both these models here. Like I say, the regular Rogue model and the Rogue Pro. Differences, you get the regular Rogue model is a lot larger. It's got more offset. It's got a thicker top line, and obviously the opposite is true of the Pro. It's got a sort of thinner top line, not as much offset, and it's just more compact and refined look. In terms of actually hitting, I found this was like, it was going absolutely miles for me. It was working really well. I actually think that the new technology that they've put in this club, they actually make the sound and feel obviously a heck of a lot better than like the Steelhead XR irons, for example, which were a good distance iron, but like I say, they didn't really have like a premium sound and feel. So you've got all that super ball speed and distance coming from the Rogue iron, but you've got that excellent sound and feel. I actually thought that the sound and feel was actually equal to, or maybe even better than, their Epic irons, which were their super premium irons they launched last year, £1,700 for a set. I actually think these are better. So that was really interesting to see. So say number wise for me, I was carrying it sort of in excess of 160 yards with a 7 iron, which is really good for me. 7 iron has traditionally been a sort of 150 yard club for me, but with these I was getting some carry 162, total 175, really good ball speed, 110 mile an hour. The one slight issue I would say with a club like this is that spin is quite low, so you just need to be wary of that if you're attacking greens. Are you going to be getting too much rollout? And possibly for me, that spin down at sort of near like 5,000, 4,500. That's just a little bit too low for me. But through a fitting process, I may be able to sort of get that spin up with a different shaft. So It's not just with this iron, we've seen it with the new TaylorMade M4 irons as well. They go an absolute mile, but they don't spin very much, so it's just something that you need to be wary of. With the Rogue Pro iron, again, really nice sound and feel, but I just wasn't getting the consistency that I was getting with the regular model, because I just didn't feel like it was giving me as good a performance on the off-centre hit. So I was actually seeing, you know, quite a drop off in the carry numbers. Not as much loft on this 7-iron either, but I was looking more at, you know, average carry around about 150, total 160. So I was actually seeing about a 10 yards difference between the two heads. But again, you know, more spin from this club, so it would be a difficult one for me. If I wanted just sort of like more consistency and a tighter grouping, I might actually even get that with a Rogue Pro. But if I just kind of want a little bit extra distance and power, I'd go for the regular model. So interesting results there. But the key takeaway that I think that I'd like you to take from this review is that the sound and feel on these Rogue irons is really, really good. I think that new technology is doing what it says it's going to do. So that's really pleasing to see. Okay, so we've got some numbers there then for both irons. You know, I'd be really interested to see what your comments are on the looks of these irons. You know, do you like the look of them, or is this one just looking a little bit too chunky for you? Are you maybe leaning more towards the Rogue Pro? Please post your comments below. We are very interested to see. Callaway probably don't get the credit that they deserve for making like really good irons, but you know, they really are making some fantastic irons these days. They are, you know, their drivers are really good, their irons are really good, you know, their balls are really good, their wedges are really good. And I think Callaway are really keen to stress the message that they are sort of number one through the bag sort of equipment company, and they do have some fantastic technology in their drivers and in their irons. And like I say, the one thing that was lacking maybe from their irons last year, like with that Steelhead XR, as I said, was like the numbers were really good, but it just wasn't very pleasing to hit, and they've definitely ticked that box with the Rogue. So post your comments below. Are you going to be checking these out? Let us know what you think. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.